What's up,
Hey.
everybody? We are going to show since feel free. Since the dark blue bottle is trending again, especially over there on TikTok, we are going to show y'all a deep dive into the owner of Feel Free. And it's brought to you by a journalist named Scott Carney.
It's
And
crazy how it's everywhere. I think I even saw that same dude that was on TikTok. That I feel like it all started from that dude's video saying that a kid approached him at a gas station.
and then pretty much try to rob him for,
Yeah.
because he wanted the freaking dark blue bottle. Oh, that thumbnail did work. Okay, so yeah, I figured out how to do that thumbnail thing.
Oh, did you? Cool.
Sorry, we're just sharing. Waiting for folks to join on in.
That goes over. Who's behind? Feel free. Can you hear that?
Mm-mm.
That's I
The
can't.
thunder?
Hey, Jen.
Oh, I need to put
Hey,
this.
Jen.
What's up, Jen?
Oh, I need to share to your group. I remember it on my own this time.
Not much working? Yeah. I know you out there working your bootay off. How's your wife doing? Y'all were so cool to hang out with in DC. We had such a good time.
Dude, they always be looking like they're having fun going to the beach and
I
stuff like that,
know.
playing with your grandson, going to the park.
All brought to you by Kratom.
That's right. I'm sorry, I'm almost done. Oh, it did work. I see it.
Oh, you
The
have
thunder.
overtime this week? Nice.
Dude, you saw Carrot Top at
Mm-hmm.
Champs last year, didn't you?
Was it last year or was it February? I don't remember, but yeah, we saw him.
Damn it.
And I saw George Lopez. I saw him. That was last year in Gems. That was last February. Yeah, we just be over here sharing. Because Sharon is Karen.
Sharon is Karen.
I still don't understand why we can't live stream to freaking TikTok. But yeah, we're gonna show this news story that just came. I think it was today that it just came out. Talking about feel free.
Oh, feel free. I see them at my gas stations and stuff sometimes.
I do too, and I flip them off.
Yeah.
I actually just took a picture the other day. I did it when I was in Texas with my cousin too. It's like, Wait till y'all see this little documentary series about
Yeah,
where
it's just crazy. I mean,
you
it's
really
like
do.
something. It's like a movie. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna rewind this video a little bit. Dude, this guy, hold on, let me go ahead and bring my screen share. This dude is dressed fresh as hell, dude. This news guy, hold on. Like, this guy right here needs to have a pocket watch. If he doesn't have a fucking pocket watch, he's missing an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pocket watch suit right there. Dude, if I was a guy, I'd wear a suit all the
Is it
time.
pinstriped?
Yeah.
Pimping?
Fancy as fuck, dude. Oh, man. Okay. I meant to also tag Rebecca. I forgot to tag her last time. Come on, come on! For the Feel Free Shit Show.
The fuck Feel Free Friday.
Yeah, it is. Try saying that shit 3 times fast.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I'm forgetting to share it somewhere, but I usually remember in the middle of it, and I'm like, oh, let me share it there too. It seems so, it's been a weird week since my kids started back to school. It just seems like just been a weird week. All right, so let's go ahead. I guess we'll go ahead and start the show. Let's see what Mr. Pinstripe's got to say. There we go. Let me put this on whatever it's called, full screen. Make sure the volume's up. Okay.
There's growing concern about the safety of a popular supplement known as Kratom. Now, it can be found in many products, from drinks to pills and powders, even brewed tea leaves. It's marketed as an energy booster, relaxant, and even pain reliever, but it's increasingly blamed for addiction, seizures, and even deaths. Last week, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced plans for a crackdown on one Kratom compound. Leila Luciano went to Texas to look at the Kratom boom.
At this bar in Fort Worth, patrons sip, scroll, and socialize even in the middle of the day.
Wow, this place is buzzing.
Husband and wife, David and CJ Gibbs, are the managers.
This is a pretty normal day.
But when happy hour rolls around, don't expect the traditional pint.
There you go. Thank you.
This bar is completely alcohol-free. Instead, they serve drinks made with kava and kratom, plants native to Southeast Asia.
We have our botanicals that we brew in-house daily.
In recent years, kratom has exploded in popularity, with bars like this one popping up across the country. But kratom has come under scrutiny. While some say it can make you feel at ease, give you an energy boost, and reduce pain, 29-year-old Jasmine Adeoye says those feelings are what got her hooked.
How many were you taking, say, a day?
I would say anywhere from 9 to 10, maybe sometimes 11 or 12.
Adeoye says while quitting alcohol, she became addicted to a popular kratom drink called Feel Free Classic, which she heard about on a podcast.
You're advertised this alcohol alternative, so you feel like it's something totally safe, and you start to believe that there's something wrong with you when you become addicted to this.
Feel Free, like other kratom-based products, are easily available at convenience stores across the country, largely without regulation or oversight. The FDA warned consumers not to use kratom, citing risks including substance use disorder, seizures, and rarely death, mainly when mixed with other substances like alcohol. In 2023, a class action lawsuit was filed against Botanic Tonics, the maker of Feel Free, alleging the drink was misleadingly advertised as a safe alcohol alternative. Instead, the suit claimed it was highly addictive and marketed to people struggling with sobriety.
Yeah, this is really the wild west of marketing.
Matthew Roshheim researches intoxicating substances. He says Kratom products are too accessible and lack proper warnings on their labels.
Can you read this label here? So at the very bottom, it says to not consume more than 1/3 of that bottle within a 24-hour period.
But it's sold as a shot.
The common misperception that because it's plant-based that, it's safe or non-addictive, but for Kratom, that's absolutely not true.
There have been dozens of wrongful death lawsuits across the country. Kratom is banned in 6 states and the District of Columbia, and at least 18 states have some form of regulation. The American Kratom Association told CBS News that it advocates for kratom regulation that aims to keep dangerous kratom products off the market. This includes labeling requirements and bans kratom sales to minors.
I have never depended on something like that in my entire life.
Adeoye is warning others on social media.
There's a lot of people who are struggling in silence and really need help. It's ruining a lot of people's lives for sure.
At the Kava bar we visited, they say that they don't allow higher potency kratom extract into their bar. And Botanic Tonics, the makers of Feel Free Classic, has since settled the lawsuit. They told CBS News in a statement that they deeply regret any confusion or harm by their past marketing or that it may have caused. And they say that they now provide comprehensive information about their products, including intake limits and safety warnings. But people rarely read those.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And the warnings that were on some of those products are a little concerning.
It's very small.
Yeah.
And I can read from up close.
Yeah. Wow, Lilia, thank you so much.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet.
Sorry, my bad.
It's like, okay. So, all right. So that chick right there came off of TikTok, and when she first started talking about her story, I kept getting tagged like multiple times, and it's like, stop calling it kratom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Supposedly in those little dark blue bottles, it's supposed to be kratom leaf and a kava extract. Everybody omits the kava part.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike. I saw it. I didn't even think to say hello. Hey, Mike. Hey, Katie. Or Kate. Sorry.
Yeah,
I used
Kate,
to have a friend named Katie.
It was a new news story. I think it came out this morning. Once again, Feel Free is trending again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we deal with a lot of stuff over there on TikTok. And, like I just said, everybody leaves out the kava extract part.
Yep.
Everybody wants to blame the kratom part, but what about the kava part?
Yeah, anybody who thinks this plain leaf has been living in a closet. Yeah.
And it's like, initially, so since I've been following Feel Free, this bullshit ass drama that's been going on for a long time, it's like nobody knows what Feel Free was actually in the bottles when they first came out to market. And it's like, I don't know, but what were they the first ones to put synthetic 7-OH in those bottles so that they could grab on to a whole population and get them addicted?
Get those hooks
and then you change your formula over time. Who knows? Who knows? I don't trust nothing from that.
I don't trust nothing ever.
Y'all are fixing to see, the whole deep dive that the journalist Scott Carney did on him.
Well, my thing too is like, because of, the whole FDA, announcing the thing about 7-OH, was like, these news people, it's like, they go crazy. They're like, well, Dr. Robert F. Kennedy, whatever his name is, R.F. Kennedy, issued a warning about 7-OH and then kratom. It's like they don't even,
they're not differentiating.
No.
Ever since the HHS, FDA, and DEA did that press conference on July 29th, I've been paying attention to all of the different news stories that are coming out. And I am not even posting them all because some of them, the journalists are lumping it all in together.
Kratom derivative, kratom derived, from kratom, kratom. I mean, it's just like, it's like they're talking about like a normal mint extract or something like that.
Mike, I kind of feel that way too. GKC probably fakes being against 708, but puts it in their feel free. Wouldn't surprise me. I kind of feel that way too. Like maybe that's a little part of his narcissism, guilty conscience coming out, you know? Like, oh no, look the monster I created. You know, and when he first marketed it out to the public, he went to college campuses and gave out a fuck ton of free samples.
God,
you know, I've always said this. When Kratom is good, Kratom will sell itself. You don't need to promote. You don't need to go out there and give out free samples and shit, you know?
Have social media influencers off the chain constantly on there sipping their little blue bottle. Yeah.
Just like the bullshit we dealt with that fucking skateboarder dude. What was his name?
Jason? One of them bros was named Jason.
Yeah, it was he had like Australian accent or something like that. We dealt with that bullshit. That I gotta find his name.
He's in this. That one dude, you know, that one dude that's always talking about like the quit and feel free, and he's, you know, blaming the substance instead of his own. I can't remember that guy's name.
And I don't know how many posts I went to. He kept, still to this day, he still posts up about it. I can't tell you how many times I went and commented saying, you got high on your vendor sponsored supply.
Yeah.
You know, GKC, I mean, feel free is GKC, y'all. You know, sending you fucking cases of that shit and you have an addictive personality, you was getting high on your own supply.
I just hate how people act like it's not that I hate it, but it's appalling and unbelievable that people act like they had no, or like, I always hate the news stations were like, well, you know, people thought it was from a plant, so it's natural, not addictive. It's like, what about fucking tobacco? You know, that's like one of the most addictive things in the world, and it's a plant.
Jason Ellis.
Yeah, that's his name. I don't remember what his other bro dude was on either, but we'll see him in a minute. I can't stand that dude's voice.
But yeah, it's like, you know, and like I said, they are constantly leaving out the kava extract part. There's, you know, we don't, like, okay, so that kava bar that was just featured in there, and, you know, they said that they don't use the extracts. You know what I mean? Kava and kratom, fine by itself, individually. You know, we don't know what's going on inside that bottle. We don't know if it's making each other stronger, you know, if it's fermenting in there and it's, you know, making the alkaloids and the root, the kava roots. We don't know. Hey, Wayne.
Hey.
Jen Mercier, great job yesterday.
Oh, great job. Good. Hey, Jen. Yeah, they keep saying they're not going to go after the plain leaf. They keep trying to differentiate it. I don't think I know that they have a percentage, but it's also even worded as far as like altering it, adulterating,
spiking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they keep saying that, but, you know, I'm not.
Don't even get me started on, dude, sugar, I used to think was like bullshit, but like, I went a long time where I stopped drinking Coke since I was doing really good with my life. And it's like every time I go down that road, if I eat one thing that has sugar in it, man, I be craving that. Like I can't even sleep. Like I just need it. Like it's all I can think about. Yeah, it's very addictive. What did he say? I only got home, just popped 7 feel expenses.
What?
7 feel expenses. I can't even say that. 7 feel expenses.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna read Mike's comment. Myself and others are worried because trace 7-OH alkaloid in leaf DEA will eventually include plain leaf since 7-OH is being banned, but didn't FDA? Yeah, but didn't FDA scheduled past a certain threshold? That's the other thing that we keep arguing with the 7-OHers. They're like, well, it's in the plain leaf itself. It's in the plain leaf after the drying process, but that's the natural 7-OH. Our livers and our stomach, make the 7-OH via kratom powder. That's the natural one.
In very, very tiny amounts. That metragenine turns it into 7-OH in tiny amounts.
Minuscule amounts.
Yeah.
And so people are taking these synthetic ones because it's bypassing all, the work that your body has to do. Another fucking lazy ass.
But it's
3D ass
also,
motherfuckers.
it's been done with chemicals, first of all. So you're also getting those chemicals.
Mhm.
And, secondly, man, there was something I was going to say and it was at the tip of my tongue. And
It'll
I
come
was like,
back.
dude. And now I'm like, what?
It'll come back.
I'm just going to grab it. But it was something about that. I can't remember what.
Kate says, I work for a newspaper and it's disgusting how people publish stories without doing their full research work. That's because they got deadlines to meet. Oh,
Well,
let me just throw
and
this
they
out
don't
there.
really care. I mean, they don't care at the end of the day. Like, they're just wanting them numbers, like these social media people wants the clicks and likes, and that's why they do what they do,
Just like this whole push of the New York Post. I don't know if you guys saw that article.
Yeah.
About the grieving moms. There's 2 of them on there. One, I haven't seen the talk screen. The second one I have, because a previous news story flashed it on screen. And that adult kid, had toxic levels of gabapentin. And he also had Benadryl and Valium in his system. So, yeah, they leave out those parts.
It's just, I don't know.
So, yeah, something is popping off in Ohio right now. So, if you guys are watching this and you're from Ohio, to be continued. To be continued.
Oh, it's a fucking ad. I'm not going to screen share yet. Can you hear that?
Mm-mm.
Man, that's crazy because it's like really loud.
I haven't watched this in months.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I have. I went to the wrong damn video. Man, I really wish that I could remember what the fuck I was going to say.
Was it about 7-OH?
Yeah. It was totally about 7-OH, man.
Jen says, no, journalism has died. They just want shock factor. I have a friend that can't get published because she won't conform. Yeah. I'm telling you, since that press release, on July 29th, all these other news stories, they've picked up on it, but they're twisting it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like they take that, they take that whole thing, the whole press conference, with the FDA, or is it HHA?
It was HHS, FDA, and DEA.
I feel like all them FHA, dude, that's too many fucking acronyms or whatever. But, I just feel like they take whatever they're wanting to morph that into. They use that and then whatever it is, whatever it's about. But they still calling it kratom.
Yeah, they're still calling it kratom. They're lumping kratom in the category as possible banning. When Dr. McCurdy said multiple times on multiple different interviews that they're not going after the natural leaf. Hey, Lucky Rob, what's up?
What's up? Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it. What's your theory? It may not be so wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. They probably just have to, they watch other news stories and they just write down whatever their other person's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like waiting to hear what Rob's theory
Me
is.
too.
Here.
He probably over there doing this, typing really fast.
Yeah, I think it was something about, they keep on saying, oh, these kratom advocates are so stupid. They're morons. They're going to end up getting plain leaf banned too. The idiots. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, something had to be done.
Yeah,
You know what I
something
mean?
had to be
It
done.
couldn't keep going as, but I mean, at this point, all we can do is just hope it works out.
Mm-hmm. You know, and the other thing I can't stand reading is, oh, the AKA shot themselves in the foot. Blah, 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 blah. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Your own .orgs that are trying to save 70H shot themselves in the foot.
Yep.
The AKA is doing damage control. And what we're seeing right now is those .orgs that are saving 70H. They're doing damage control as well.
Yeah, they could have been proactive.
Yeah.
You know, when I mean, the whole industry, the whole community, and everything could have been proactive. You know, they could have held on to their, you know, their agreement of not marketing it as 7.0,
Yeah.
or as kratom, and you know, they could have stopped upping the dosage.
I'm pretty sure that they could have found multiple researchers that wouldn't have mind studying it.
Yeah.
You know, but so far the only thing they could produce is a Beagle study that
Well,
was
you know,
flawed to begin with.
how long ago was oh, they're gonna have a sleepover. That's fun. Yeah, take your time. Yeah, you remember when there was like some interview with that 7 ohms dude that we watched a long time. Dude, it was like 2 years ago. You know what I'm talking about? And he was
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, and it was that lady too that's with the Seven Hope Alliance or whatever. And they were like, yeah, we just don't really have the money or something to do. We really are. Our next step is going to be research. Like they legit said, I was thinking about that today, but it's like, and y'all still 2 years later didn't even decide to like try it?
Right, I know. Oh my God. What was the name?
I can't remember, but I know like dude
I
was,
see it in my head. Wasn't it the one where they were interviewing McCurdy?
yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
But I
it's
mean,
gonna be in this. Maybe no, I don't think it's gonna be in this episode that we're about to watch. But
no, I don't. No, it's not in this one. But I mean, I do remember them like straight up acting like, you know, they're coming in saying they're doing it because they're tired of their friends dying on fent and blah 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 blah. But they needed to do research and they just couldn't afford it. I don't know. Lack of science published, absolutely. Shitty gas station advertising, absolutely. Reckless marketing, absolutely. Oh yeah, it's Mac's fault because he's doing his job and
protecting
consumers. Isn't that crazy?
yeah, it's just a lot of stuff makes me go, what the fuck? I think it was that Bloomberg Originals.
Could be.
The growing toll of America's booming kratom industry. I'm fixing to go through it really fast because I remember seeing that dude. Hurry the fuck up, sponsored ads.
I hate ads. But I do remember that. And it was, you know, some dude and that lady from the cannabis industry. And they were, we'll have to find, you know what? We're going to find that and listen to that again. Because I was thinking about that earlier today. And I'm like, you know, it's been 2 years.
Wasn't it this dude?
No, it was like a young dude with like dark hair. Looked like he worked in Silicon Valley or some shit. I don't know though. That guy could have also been. Is that the Bloomberg Original one?
Yeah.
I got me a Sonic pickle slush.
Oh, I haven't had one in forever.
They're good.
I'm definitely in my little pickle phase right now.
I've been eating pickle everything. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. The whole way that it's been working, I hate to get off on the 70H thing. You know, hey, Rebecca. I was late tagging you, but I was like, I didn't forget this time. But yeah, we're supposed to be talking about frill free, but you know, we're on the front lines out here, man. It's getting tough. It's getting tough.
Maybe we'll do another live stream and show this Bloomberg original one.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because that's the one where Dr. McCurdy shows the rats, pretty much the rat study, where they gave the rats morphine. And then
oh my God, I know what I was going to say. I'm sorry for interrupting. Oh my God, it just hit me like a fucking brick wall. Oh, dude. Okay, so this is what I was going to say. You know how they're always saying that, 708, it's inside the leaf, it's natural, it's natural. Well, when we interviewed Dr. McCurdy himself, he compared it to if you cut your arm off. When you cut your arm off, the second that you start bleeding is when, like, if you had a leaf and you took it off a tree, that's the second that the 7OH would start oxidating or producing.
Yeah.
And so it's not natural. It's not, it happens after it's been picked from the tree after a certain amount of time.
During the drying process. Yeah, I remember McCurdy saying that now.
And I was like, dude, that's the coolest analogy ever.
Yeah.
But, he's a smart man.
But yeah, we should play the Bloomberg one. But yeah, so that's where he was showing, I'm telling you guys, I still feel like, the FDA and them already did their 8-factor analysis.
Yeah.
That's
or somebody has along the way.
Yeah. And that's how I feel like that's how they were so confident of saying what they said during that press conference.
Yeah.
But now they just have to go through the procedural motions of putting up a public comment period, so I don't know. I think the 7OH dealers shot them. Yeah, Mike, I think they shot themselves in the foot themselves. They made billions and billions off of the people that take 7OH.
And if they were concerned, you'd think they'd at least want to have the science out there to know that the people they're trying to help are going to be okay in the long term.
Yeah.
They're not going to end up, with their buttholes falling out of their stomach.
No. Shit in their livers. Because who knows if the chemicals are creating like ulcers in their stomach.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no telling. There's no telling.
But hey, 7OH saved your life. Get out there and preach it.
Yes.
Get out there and preach it.
Go advocate for it.
What I don't appreciate, and this is where I get pissed off. So if you want to talk shit about me, get pissed off. This is why I consume whole leaf kratom. I have been fighting my fucking ass off for years to keep whole leaf kratom legal. I've attended probably hundreds of hearings now, and I've watched thousands of hours of hearings. We do a lot of shit behind the scenes, you guys.
Yeah.
Not everything I talk, I don't put everything we do out front in the social media. But we're getting sick and tired of kratom itself getting banned when all along they've had nothing but problems with the synthetic 7OH. This is what y'all ain't seeing. If you need to use 7OHs or rewatching this replay, this is what y'all ain't seeing.
Well, at the end of the day, it's like they don't care. Like, my thing is actions speak a hell of a lot louder than words. Like, I've always said that. If it's that important to you, get your ass up and go do something. Don't sit around on social media calling people liars and arguing and, spitting out, just stop. Like, just, it's, wasting everybody's time.
Is that Siri?
That's Alexa.
Oh.
Yay! It's our weekend routines getting started.
You should ask Alexa, what is synthetic 7OH?
Alexa, what is synthetic 7OH?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa, have you ever heard of Cradle?
Cradle is a book series written by Will White.
Alexa, stop. She's an idiot. Cradle is a book.
Oh, you said oh. Maybe you should say kratom.
Alexa, what is kratom?
According to Wikipedia, Mitragyna speciosa is a tropical evergreen tree of the ruby archaea family native to Southeast Asia.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah. It's related to the coffee family, y'all.
That's pretty cool. Alexa, is 70H Cradle? I didn't say it.
Wallafeld.com. A 708 credit score is
Alexa, stop.
You gotta say kratom.
Alexa, is 70H Craton?
Right now, traffic to CR 708 Berryville looks good.
Woo! All right.
Maybe you should say 7-hydroxymetragenine.
I was thinking that too. Alexa, stop. Hydroxymetragenine. I'm like saying, okay. Alexa, what is 7-hydroxymetragenine?
From chemicalbook.com. It is a hydroxycoumarine and an aromatic ether.
What?
An ether. An aromatic ether. Yeah, sometimes I just like ask her questions like a lot. I don't know if you can. Oh, I don't think so.
Is the new FDA commissioner aware of our leaf 8 factor analysis back from like 2016? I don't know, Mike. I don't know. Who knows what happened behind closed doors before that press conference?
And you know, it's like they're doing the press conferences and stuff, but dude, we all know how fucking politicians are. They read what's on a fucking screen and they don't actually know the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would hope that someone told him, you know, to whenever, like, I mean, he does say the basics over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, he does understand that, or he read it so many times. Surely he absorbed it, you know.
AI differentiates between 7OH and leaf. I searched multiple AI links. Freaking
I know
Mike.
ChatGPT does.
Okay, but
All
yeah,
right.
so we originally came on here to talk about the other bullshit ass shit stain in the creative community, which is feel free.
All right, here is shit stain. This is our first shit stain.
Yeah.
7OH is our second. Yeah, they're not. They keep saying they're not going to go after the natural leaf. I mean, they do. They eat all the news things and stuff that they went to. Like they have repeated it. So I mean, I'm hoping they keep up their end of the bargain. You know.
Yep, same.
I was about to. Okay, now let me screen share this boy. There he is. Hey, Scott.
Scott Carney.
From anxiety, improves focus. This is Feel Free, a health elixir designed to be a replacement for alcohol that provides relief from anxiety, improves focus, and makes people more at ease in social situations.
For productivity enhancer, that's a social lubricant.
I was drinking those Feel Frees.
My anxiety has definitely gone down dramatically.
I highly recommend you get some, you try it.
But there's another side to this health elixir, a darker one.
You know, you start off at 3 or 4, and then it's 5, and then it's 10, and then it's, you know, you're off to the races.
What are those called? Feel Free? There's a lawsuit about them now. Do you know what those are?
Threw up twice in a public restroom.
When it came to withdrawing, I mean, I weaned, I tapered.
That leads to a tragic cycle of dependence, addiction, and even death.
It's just really indescribable. I wish I could find the words to tell you how it makes me feel.
I think he's just investigating.
It was a hellscape like I've never. I didn't have even a place in my imagination that something could be so arduous and torturous.
This is the story about a health tonic made from exotic plants whose peculiar combination of ingredients people who are recovering from its grip say is specifically designed to get them hooked and never let them go. And despite the growing chorus of voices and lawsuits clamoring for justice, it's still available in street corners and convenience stores all around the country.
Your workflow is important to us.
Freaking ads.
Fucking ad.
With Monday.com's intuitive work management platform.
If it weren't for regulations, dealing drugs would be the best business in the world. All you'd need to do to make a killing is hook a person with a quick hit of euphoria and then let them suffer awful withdrawal symptoms when they try to stop. A few weeks ago, I put out a video about a man who fled New Zealand after he was convicted in a massive real estate scheme. And then he landed in Arizona and founded AG1, the most profitable supplement company on the planet. Now, this was just one indication that the supplement industry isn't as clean as it wants us to believe. And after that video came out, a bunch of people slid into my DM saying that I really needed to look at a company called Botanic Tonics. Not only was the founder sentenced to 9 years in jail for embezzling millions of dollars, but just like with AG1, he founded his health elixir company after he was released from prison. Now people are getting addicted, sick, and at least one reported case dying because of it. While I love getting tips from my viewers, I had this sinking feeling that this story was going to take over my life. Once I started digging into just a few court documents, lab samples, and started hearing from dozens of people from the subreddit devoted to this feel-free addiction, I knew that this rabbit hole was about to turn into a quagmire. And then, out of the blue, hello?
Hello, Scott. This is JW.
Now, that's not actually his voice, but we had several phone calls and dozens of emails over the last couple weeks. And in this piece, when you hear that voice, it's an AI rendering that's quoted verbatim from my records. But to just give you a taste, things really did go off the rails.
To protect my and my family's life, the federal government, under federal seal, sealed the case, and my identity change, inclusive of a new social security number, passport, and change of name. I was told I was under no legal obligation to disclose this to anyone, and further, if I did, there would be consequences.
This story has taken me more than 100 hours to report, with at least a dozen interviews, as well as background conversations with the U.S. Marshal's Office, that's the organization that runs the Witness Protection Program, and the FBI, and political lobbying organizations with billions, or at least millions of dollars at their disposal. The company's founder even threatened to have me put in jail when he got wind of what I was doing. So now, this isn't only the story of a health tonic gone wrong, but how an entire semi-legal $1.5 billion industry is trying to create a new regulatory paradigm for a psychoactive and addictive Southeast Asian leaf called kratom, based on the incredibly vague laws that regulate the supplement business. And I also found out how right now you can buy this potentially addictive blue tonic at gas stations and head shops across the country, like I found out. All right, I'm driving off to pick up some Feel Free. I pulled into the Circle K. It looks like it's right there. I can buy it. It's $8 a bottle.
Yeah.
Do you sell a lot of it?
Yeah.
How many bottles do they buy usually when they buy it?
Maybe like 4 or 5 for a single day.
Plant-based, energy-focused, social lift. All right, so he carded me, and we got my bottle. There we are.
You want to see?
Just bought my first bottle of Feels Free, and the first thing that the guy at the counter asked me was, how many bottles do I want? And usually people will buy 4 at a time at $8 a bottle. That's not exactly cheap. Now to go find out more about what this is all about. When Feel Free came onto the scene a few years ago, it advertised itself as a high-end health booster and was distributed in health food centers and wellness shops and even in therapist and nutritionist offices as a way to help smooth over the cravings from people who want to quit alcohol and opioids. The brand sought out sponsorship deals with major sports teams, including affiliations with Florida State University and the University of Texas. Fraternity and sororities handed out bottles at parties on campuses, and the founder, J.W. Ross, had high-profile appearances on major health podcasts like Ben Greenfield and Skinny Confidential, and with Luke Story. Joe Rogan drank it before a show.
This might be Joe Rogan's secret weapon for keeping us cool.
And soon the elixir spread like wildfire. If you believe its marketing materials, Feel Free is a harmless health and mindset enhancer made from all natural ingredients. Its website proudly promotes how it contains kava, a Southeast Asian tree root that has been consumed socially for centuries. And there are almost no kava addicts in the world, especially in Southeast Asia, which was surprising to Feel Free customers who felt almost uncontrollable urges to drink as much of it as they could. They soon discovered that Feel Free also contains high levels of the much more potent tree leaf kratom. which the FDA compared to an opioid in a 2017 press release and linked it to 36 deaths, again in 2017. It wasn't long until people who were recovering from alcoholism or had gone through bouts of depression started getting addicted, and badly.
It took maybe 2 months or so to get to 8 to 10 a day. And then at where I was, they were about $10 a bottle. And so 8 to 10 a day, let's say it's 10, easy round number, it's $100 a day, 30 days in a month, $3,000 for a month, 12 months in a year, $36,000 a year. Went on for about, let's say, a year and a half. At that level, it's about $54,000 worth of drinking this wellness tonic.
There was also this post on Facebook, which also appeared on a Reddit forum.
My daughter passed away in August from these. She became addicted to them just by trying them. She tried to stop drinking them and would be in so much pain she would slip back into it. She developed an intestinal blockage and dropped about 40 pounds to where she only weighed 107. Her skin was extremely dry, she was shaky like a 90-year-old, and she started having seizures, which she'd never had before.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
We don't want that.
The last seizure she had was so violent it resulted in cardiac arrest, and we lost her. These drinks are pure evil.
Later, I connected with that poster who further told me that the FDA collected samples of feel-free bottles at the scene and is conducting its own independent investigation into her death. The podcaster Ben Greenfield is one of the few health influencers to walk back some of his initial claims of support for feel-free.
You've heard me talking about this stuff that gives me pure euphoria, and I feel like I'm on drugs, but like really good drugs the rest of the day. Burns clean, crushes appetite cravings, crushes any desire for even things like wine or weed or anything like that at night. Workouts better, sex better, recovery better, talks better. So I'm going to show you what it is. It's called Feel Free. Tiny little bottle, phenomenal cosmic power. I've been drinking 2 a day now.
Feel Free paid him an undisclosed amount to be on his show, as well as affiliate deals for products that he sold online. Now, I've known Ben for a few years, and he's active on the subreddit for recovering addicts of Feel Free and seems genuine when talking about his affiliations and the impact that his show had on the community. And I reached out to him over a messaging app that we share, and Greenfield, who intensely monitors his own health, says, well, he went a little overboard with Feel Free.
I was drinking like 6 bottles a day, and then I found out what it was. I'm like, oh, I should not be putting that in my body in excess. And now I still have some. I might have like a bottle a week.
And then he suggested an important research direction.
The founder of the company does have an interesting history. I'll leave it at that. You can do your own digging.
You can't just leave it like that. You gotta tell something.
Podcasts that I took down because Feel Free asked me to take them down. They said that it was because they might be under some scrutiny for illegal marketing practices or something like that.
Now, of course, I'd already been digging into the founder's history. But before I dig into that, let's pause for a word from our sponsors, by whom I mean you. Putting out videos like this can take dozens, or in this case, even hundreds of hours. And doing this reporting often pits me and my tiny little media company against to a friend who might not know about this. And you can be part of that journey. And so that's my pitch. You can find links to all of that. This is J.W. Ross. Whether he's walking around in a jungle full of medicinal plants or calmly expounding on his business acumen online, he appears to be like any other founder of a wellness empire. But a strange thing happens when you start to Google his identity. Before a few years ago, well, he's a ghost. Basically non-existent. That's because his real name, it's not J.W. Ross, it's Jerry Cash. He's the former founder of an oil exploration company in Oklahoma who got caught stealing millions of dollars in a money laundering scheme. In 2009, he was sentenced to 9 years in jail, and Botanic Tonics was his next business venture. I reached out to Botanic Tonics for a comment, and soon Ross was sending me a huge number of unsolicited emails, text messages, and legal correspondence. Now, to sum a lot of it up quickly, he told me that while he was in jail, he learned of an assassination plot against a federal judge involving a gang of neo-Nazis. He traded evidence of the plot for a reduced sentence and immediately entered the Witness Protection Program. He sent me a threatening-looking legal letter that suggested that if I reported on any of his prior crimes and connected his former identity to his present one, he would use his position in the Witness Protection Program to get me thrown in jail. So I am used to sources inventing fantastic stories and threatening me to stay quiet and outright lying to me, but this one, I have to admit, it was new. How do I balance the directives of a witness protection program against a news story in the public interest that exposes a potential dangerous drug on the market? Clearly, the founder's criminal past is relevant to assessing the company's claims that it's totally safe and non-addictive. If you knew that this guy, walking through a kava forest, also shared a cell with a neo-Nazi and had stolen millions of dollars right before that, that could color your judgment about his health claims. So I called up the FBI and the U.S. Marshal Service to try to understand if J.W. Ross was being straight with me. The officer I connected to only wanted to be identified as a spokesman from the U.S. Marshal Service, so I can't play you the recording. But to summarize, he said that anyone in the Witness Protection Program who goes public like Cash has in his numerous interviews and appearances is no longer under the protection of the service, and that I was free to report on his identity and even his criminal background. I should have probably expected that J.W. Ross would have tried everything he could to get me not to report on this piece. Because to some degree, the company seems to be in a little bit of trouble. Take these reviews that appeared on Indeed.com by former employees. The product can cause major health problems and that they try to hide that it is a drug. They also said that they start every single day never knowing whether they're going to be shut down by the feds or not. Part of that sense likely comes from a class action lawsuit that was recently filed that alleges that Botanic Tonics knowingly distributed a dangerous addictive product to the public. The suit says that initially Feel Free called itself a kava preparation, but willingly omitted any mention of the more powerful psychoactive leaf in its ingredients, kratom. Elixir users said that something
At Pfeiffer, we know that vibe coding can be a lot of fun until it's not.
Gotta love ads.
Bugs.
Peculiar about the blend of ingredients synergize into a hyper-addictive concoction. One that
Synergizing is the word.
to get former substance abusers hooked. The complaint said that Feel Free advertised itself as a safe alternative to alcohol, posting more than 1,000 ads that specifically targeted to recovering addicts with slogans like, "Sober curious? Why not mix it up with a euphoric alternative to alcohol tonight?"
Sounds like
And
708.
"All the buzz
Yep.
without the booze." And not your average alcohol-free elixir. Feel Free was made to be functional and facilitate states of bliss, flow,
Just like
vitality,
Facebook
and
ads, I see
focus.
for some
Kava
now.
and the ancient plants will give you the boost you need minus the anxiety. In other words, they allege that Botanic Tonics willingly deceived customers into taking on a potentially deadly addiction.
It's a tiny little drink, like a tonic, and it has kava and also kratom in it.
Oh, I saw him with that last night.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know what's going on with those things, what that does, but you drink a half of one of those, you're not supposed to drink a full one. You're supposed to drink a half of one. Why don't they make it in smaller dosage so it's a single serving? Because it's only that big.
Yeah, because it's hard to judge.
Also, I can't read without my glasses on, like that little
sounds like
tiny
Theo Von.
writing. I'm not going to
Yeah,
read
that
this. It's
does
2
sound like
servings.
him.
Both
If
of
it,
them.
is it 1 can, then it's 1 serving.
At this point in the story, I need to pause for a second and just say that I am hardly someone
I'm still a little bit agitated with Theo as well. Sorry, I just had to say it.
Yeah.
who abstains from occasional drug exploration. I regularly take cannabis when I work out. I've traveled down to Peru to take ayahuasca with shamans. And when I was 20, I drank liquid opium out of the hand of an 80-year-old woman in a village in India. I'm generally a proponent of drug legalization and think that we should all be free to make our own decisions on what we put into our bodies based on the best information possible. Which is why I
Informed
decided that I
consent.
needed to give Feel Free a try in order to understand it better. Okay, so I'm a little nervous, if I'm going to be totally honest. I got the bottle. I've put a lot of bad things in my body over the years, and I'm not a particularly addictive person. Consult healthcare professional before taking any dietary supplement. This is actually like super confusing. Even if you like, I know they've updated the directions. They're not super straightforward.
I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Gave him buck teeth.
Oh God, it's nasty.
Oh, you can
really
feel that.
bad
I
citrusy
know.
chocolate.
Ooh.
Someone told me that you feel things immediately, and I'm feeling something. The second it got
Immediately,
in, mouth
dude.
looks slightly numb. Ugh, it really is disgusting. So if the next video I come out looking like Gollum, totally addicted, drooling out of my face, you know this was a really bad idea. All right. It's been about 5 or 10 minutes since I took it, and I do understand why they think it would help you focus. Is this somewhat like Ritalin, possibly? I do feel a little nauseous in my stomach. I don't think I'm going to become Gollum. I don't think I'm going to become Gollum.
Poor dude, he's trying.
Got into this groove about 10 minutes after taking the shot, and I got a lot of work done. And then now I feel like a little bit unfocused. I feel a little bit warm. And there's this voice in the
Get
side
you
of
some more, boy.
my brain saying, you should take some more. And you should get right back to where you just were. And I find that interesting because, one, I don't usually talk with hand puppets. I don't usually have those sorts of addictive thoughts.
Kratom doesn't even tell me that.
And now I feel sort of just groggy and, I'm just sort of low. I would guess if you intensified this by orders of magnitude, doing this over and over again over the course of years or months with many, many more bottles, that down that I'm feeling now could be way, way worse. It's been 5 hours since I took Feel Free, and it feels like the day after you smoke a lot of pot. Like it feels like last night I smoked a lot of pot, and today I woke up and I feel really just like groggy and just not super motivated to do stuff. And I get it. I get what the addiction cycle is like. That's what Feel Free is about. You feel free for a few minutes and then you want to go back on it. So yeah, I get why this is so addictive. I can only tell you what I felt while taking it. For a more scientific understanding, I had to reach out to an expert.
I'm Cornell Stanchu, and I am a clinical addiction psychiatrist.
Stanchu says that Feel Free is different from other kratom products on the market because of the peculiar relationship between kava and kratom.
The combination of these two botanicals certainly is concerning. Both kratom and kava can inhibit metabolism of certain pharmacological agents, but also of each other, which increases their potency.
There's also the issue of kratom products that are available on the market right now.
Capsules or liquid extracts, which
just one more
get out of town.
And this SOP.
Get right out of town.
Look, Scott, we love that you did this.
Extract.
You could have made it ad-free or something.
Yeah.
We love that you did this, Scott. You know what? I'm wondering if Scott might do a deep dive on 7OH too. I hope you don't take it, though. I really hope you don't.
Yeah. Man, somebody need to do a real good deep clean. A deep clean scrub. Just because I can't even imagine. I wish I could do stuff like that. You know what I mean? I wish I had just the know-how.
The know-how. Yeah, the know-how. Yeah.
Just the highly potent compound from the kratom plant, and really concentrated to where one could ingest a capsule that may be the equivalent of, say, 3 trees worth of leaf. It's very very dangerous for the consumer.
And again, Feel Free is far from the only company selling kratom in America. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of different companies that sell various iterations of powders and elixirs that make claims as varied as the leaf being a great way to taper off your harder drugs, all the way to their own concoctions being legal morphine, which is quite a spread. Well, I would love to do a deep dive into that kratom industry as a whole. Just reporting on Feel Free has pretty much taken over my life. So if you are looking for that sort of deep dive, I would like to direct you towards this amazing investigative feature series by the Tampa Bay Times last year, where a team of reporters uncovered the full stretch.
I don't know if Scott knows this, but that stupid ass Tampa Bay Lies article was partially funded by anti-kratom trial attorney, y'all, in the tune of $400,000. So can you say conflict of interest?
There's a lot of stuff that don't add up in it either.
Right.
But it's always brought up in court. I hate the Tampa Bay Times, man, just because of the whole deadly, what was it, Deadly Dose?
Deadly Dose series.
Yeah.
Of the kratom empire, from Southeast Asia through the ports in Oakland all the way to Florida. They found numerous distribution and processing centers in Texas, Colorado, and Georgia, and cataloged more than 500 deaths in Florida alone. While they don't have national statistics, back of the envelope calculations suggest that the total body count in the last decade is likely in the multiple thousands. Now, you might ask why kratom is so widely available in America. Why haven't regulators stepped in? Well, the fact is that they tried back in 2016.
He's also still just saying kratom.
Yeah.
You know?
The FDA petitioned the...
And if he was to do an update to this, he would know, he would find out that the FDA did their ascending dose study.
Yeah.
And they admitted that, there was, that kratom is safe.
Yeah. Because this was a year ago.
Was it a year ago?
Uh-huh.
DEA to list kratom as a Schedule I drug, so dangerous that it wouldn't even be available for medical study. But by that time, kratom already had a sizable market and enough money to hire lobbyists like Mac Haddo from the American Kratom Association.
My involvement came when the president of the AKA at the time called me and asked me if I would join their lobbying team.
Did it pause? Did you get stuck? Am I tripping? Hey, chat. Did Jennifer and Mac get stuck? Technical difficulties going on here, folks. Oh yeah, it is a year old. It was uploaded June 18, 2024. I don't know what is happening. Okay, she said her power went out. So it's coming back on, so hang on. I know that she's having thunderstorms going on. So I don't know if anybody's still in the chat or not, or if I'm just like all by my lonesome. Awkward.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, dude, our power, like, I was like sitting here and all of a sudden the power just said, flip, and it was still going. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's just, and so I'm like yelling to the kids. I'm like, did the power go out? Can you hear me yelling?
No, it got stuck and then you just disappeared from the screen. Now I'm all sitting here by my lonesome.
I'm like trying to press refresh. Okay, so you were on there, so it didn't cut the whole thing off?
The screen share wasn't on either. I was just by myself.
Oh, wow. Well, that's kind of cool. Oh, wait. Yeah, because you're still live, though.
Yeah, I was still live, and I asked the chat if
Well, I mean, it's not really cool that you're over there by yourself.
Yeah, just twiddling my thumbs.
Oh, okay. So we loved you. This was the last part was Mac
talking, yeah.
Okay, all right. Wow, that was pretty crazy. It's like whenever our lights go out at the house, like everybody comes out everywhere,
Yeah.
like roaches, like what's going on?
Yeah. You still having the storms?
Yeah, it's not storming now. I mean, it's like thundering and lightning, but it's not really raining. Yeah, it just startled me. I was like, what the heck just happened? All right, let's listen to Mac Daddy talk.
Okay. I know whenever I freaking have to, when I upload this to TikTok, I'm going to have to put the gap in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to splice that out.
Oh, gosh. All right. Let's go, Mac.
Okay, let's
that
go.
A consumer cannot consume a product for a health benefit that they perceive or actually experience.
So kratom exists in this regulatory gray area. About 5 states have banned it, but it's still widely available across most of the nation. The lobbying efforts of the American Kratom Association promise to make this a long and drawn-out battle. The various subreddits and online forums devoted to Feel Free say that there is something special about Botanic Tonic's proprietary formula that seems to be almost scientifically designed to foster addiction. And to back that up, the company certainly hired some of the best kratom scientists from the only program that studies it in the country to help consult on their product, and I presume develop it.
I'm Dr. Erin C. Berthold. I got my PhD from the University of Florida in pharmaceutical sciences. My research group focused on studying complex natural products like those produced here at Botanic Tonics.
It could be that simply mixing those two components is enough to synergize into a particularly addictive brew. But there are other theories out there too. In his message to me, Ben Greenfield speculated that the secret to their success was that they fermented the kratom.
I sent the bottle from my own stash off to the mass spec guy on Instagram who did a full mass spectrometry analysis of it. And basically it contains exactly what it says it has in it. Like, it's not laced with fentanyl or opioids, all this stuff that people are claiming. It's just kava, but the thing is they ferment the kratom, right? So it hits you a lot harder. And people who might do just fine with normal kratom are probably going to get addicted to it faster. It might hit them harder.
There's at least some evidence that this is the case, including a shipping record posted online that they imported a beer fermenter from a company in China. It's also clear that lots of kratom that comes into the country is already pre-fermented. It's hard to know for sure though, because J.W. Ross, aka Jerry Cash, is adamant that their product includes no intentional fermentation whatsoever.
Imagine being able to build anything. For any reason, in any style.
Imagine being able to not have to
We damn sure do not purposely ferment product in that we would quickly go out of business having to destroy it. On a personal note, myself and my family drink it regularly, and I would be crazy to not be as diligent as possible on quality control.
He sent me several documents showing their testing policies and noted that since he is a recovering alcoholic, he has a core principle never to include alcohol in his products, which is sometimes a byproduct of fermentation. While I dug pretty deeply into the fermentation question, ultimately all I can say is that I'm not sure. But does the chemical process really matter when we have evidence from so many accounts of people who are totally hooked? I come back to this question a lot. How do we balance the freedom we all want to have to make decisions for ourselves against the public interest to stop people from harming themselves? Ultimately, I don't think that Feel Free should be illegal. Banning drugs often just creates an illegal market, but I do think that there needs to be more information out there about what Kratom and Feel Free actually are.
And 708.
JW and I traded close to
Yeah.
100 messages over the course of me reporting the story, but he was always hesitant about coming directly on camera. He asked me if he was going to end up on my playlist, The Liars, Cheats, and Charlatans of the Griftoverse. And when he realized that he probably would, he sent me a note that he forwarded from one of his resellers, which you can read in full if you'd like to pause this, but in short, claims that his business partner believes that Feel Free is helping far more people than it hurts. And then he signed off
Exactly,
with this
Wayne.
promise.
If I ever feel we are not serving the greater good, then we will stop selling Feel Free. Until then, we will work to do a better job informing and educating consumers. We will also continue to do more clinical work to get a deeper understanding.
So I'll leave it to you. Do you think Feel Free is serving the greater good? Maybe you can send him a note through his website or in the comment section down below this video for how you would have him address this problem.
I'm sorry. I just need to pause. Dude, for some reason, I just noticed, Kristen. Hey, Kristen. I have no idea, but like all your comments weren't showing up.
I don't see her
Rob,
comments over here.
yeah, it's on Facebook. Okay, Mike, you saw his. I suspect Feel Free doesn't have the ceiling light effect that Plain Leaf does. Kristen, all I see is she took half of a 15 milligram. I just asked her. She said she was talking to you, Misty. I don't know why it's not showing up on here.
I don't see it on my end over here. The last thing I see is Wayne saying, wonder if fermenting it oxidized more 708.
Yeah.
And then MJ, hey MJ, it says,
Hey,
y'all.
MJ. Mike says you need YouTube Premium, no ads, very low cost. Yeah, Kristen, if you're still on here, ask again, because for some reason it's like once my power went off, they stopped coming up.
She took a what?
15 milligrams of something. I don't know. I can't even.
Kristen?
No, it can't be Kristen because Kristen's talking about somebody.
Well, who said they took 15 milligrams?
I don't know. Hold on. Ooh. No, I'm not going to do all that because we're watching that. I was like, ooh, I could screen share my Facebook, but then it'll be really messed up. It's froze. Yes. Oh, I have a friend that tried it. The nurse that introduced me to Kratom, and she said it put her to sleep for 2 days. She never tried it again and said it was horrible.
Feel Free?
The 7-0. And then Mike says the 7-0 put her to sleep. Yes, that's what she said.
I'm so damn lost.
And then we got cut off. Okay, I'm trying to like go back. Like I'm having to use like 2 different phones. So I'm guessing she took half of a 15 milligram tab of 7-OH, and she pretty much went to sleep for 2 whole days. And she never tried it again because it was horrible.
What I'm seeing since I rewatched this, what I'm seeing is almost like the 7OH manufacturers ripped a playbook page from JW.
Yeah, I know. Like, especially the whole marketing and stuff.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Kristen. I went back on my other phone that you know, had the phone signal. and wasn't relying on Wi-Fi. So yeah.
This is just freaking blowing my mind. Like I already knew. Okay, so J.W. Ross, aka Jerry Cash, aka Feel Free Tonics, aka GKC, aka Botanic Tonics. And we see this a lot in the community. We see grifters.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else is another thing that's another little similarity there? Remember how JW kept saying he had the science, the science, and Mac's like, okay, cool, let me see the science, and he didn't show the science.
Yep, never produced the science.
Yep.
Another similarity with 708 dealers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the .orgs.
That's just crazy to me.
And like I said before, we as advocates, as whole leaf kratom advocates, we have to clean this mess up. And it's like, because I don't know how many, I sound like a broken record so many damn times.
Okay, Mike said, thanks, Jen. See, we're not... Okay, I'm just going to... Sorry.
Thanks, Jen, for what?
Jen said, Mike said he wanted to try it, but then Kristen was saying, she told about her nurse friend that took it.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm not lost anymore.
It's like we both came in on the middle of a conversation. So we got to go. Yeah, it's storming here in Memphis. Like, it hadn't stormed in a long time.
Oh, I hear you, kitty.
Yeah. She's like, it's storming. The lights are going out. But yeah, anyway, I guess we should finish this. But yeah, I just thought that it is like a play-by-play of how 708 has been doing this.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously it's marketed as kratom because that's all everybody ever calls it.
Most people that I spoke with who had been hooked on Feel Free had absolutely no idea what they were getting into when they cracked their first bottle. They thought it was a natural alternative to alcohol and that there was no way something so easily available over the counter could be so dangerous. And many of them spent tens of thousands of dollars feeding that addiction. That money went right into J.W. Ross's pocket. It's not like he has any actual incentive to keep people safe when the regulators are hamstrung by lobbying efforts from enforcing public safety principles. He's taking all of that money.
Check this out. In just a sec, I'm going to speak with a different accent. And just between you and me, I don't
know. Right to the bank. The main problem, as far as I'm concerned, is awareness of the dangers of these relatively new substances and what they actually do and the harm they could potentially hold. Everyone knows what happens when you drink too much alcohol or take too much caffeine or smoke too much weed or get really, really high on cocaine. But not everyone knows what happens when you take a seemingly random medicinal leaf or rack up a 10-bottle habit of Feel Free over the course of a few months. We need that story to get out into the world. So if you've made it this far into the video, what I want to ask you is to help out in this effort. I want you to post this video to your social media feeds and even more efficiently and effectively send it to a friend directly and warn them about what might be lurking for them at their corner shop. They may already be drinking Feel Free. Let them at least know what could happen. And if you're someone struggling with addiction to Feel Free, there aren't a lot of resources specifically devoted to the topic just yet, but I highly recommend that you check out the subreddit. I've linked to it down below. You could also check out the Kratom Addiction podcast, where you can hear stories about other people who have struggled just like you.
Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Since we can't see the Evan comments, I'm going to screenshot this and send it to you. I'm also going to read it real quick, though. Where am I? Because this... Well, I'm not going to do that because I can't even... It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine.
You had one hectic day.
Heck, I know.
Second day, your son's back at school.
Oh, dude, sometimes technology, especially my husband will walk in the room and everything just starts fucking working again. I'm like, dude, everything's there's fires and earthquakes and shit. And he walks in the room, he's like, well, it's working now. Okay, so Rob is saying, in looking at everything from all angles, I'm scared to death this 7 ban is a ruse for the FDA to finally get their way and get the whole plant banned. I say that because I look at tianeptine as an example. That was just as bad, if not worse, than 7.0, especially with people taking hundreds of dollars of it a day. Why did the FDA not come for it? They should have for sure federally came for TIA. I feel like 7 ban should be dealt with state by state, because now ban on federal level will open up to a lot more regulations on kratom, like MIT and 7.0 being added to like drug screens for jobs, especially jobs that are regulated by the federal government. The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Agreed. As y'all know, I'm a trucker, and the 7 is scheduled. Kratom will be added to our federal drug screens. I agree, but it's also the same. Hey, I see you. Hey, Kristen, she's on here. You see her now?
Oh yeah, on YouTube.
Okay, so I guess Facebook is not working. I do agree. First of all, I agree with anytime you get the government involved completely. I mean, dude, who the fuck trusts the government? If you trust the government, what are you even doing with your life? But I mean,
I've said this millions of times. I don't agree with the Schedule 1 ban.
I don't either.
But from what Dr. McCurdy kept reiterating is, not wanting to be flat-footed, when they're in the position of power to stop something before, like you said, 4th wave opioid epidemic.
They would also have to the testing of it, because 7-OH doesn't stick around in your body for very long. So I mean, they can't really test for 7-OH. It would come up as I mean, that part of it. I think that needs to be looked at, and also it's not on a lot of drug tests. So it would also have to be incorporated into the I don't know how many ever panels that most people do.
Yeah.
But
I know where he's coming. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I think that as far as that kind of stuff, it's just like a work in progress, as far as trying to compromise on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, us using our voices and trying to figure out, what to do. I mean,
there's got to be a workaround.
There's got to be.
But the thing of it is that, that FDA FERS or FARS or whatever, that reporting system that they have, when people have adverse events, you're supposed to report them and all that shit. We see, as advocates, we see the clusters ourselves. We saw the clusterfuck of the Feel Free when it came out. We saw the clusterfuck of the OPMS extracts. We see the clusterfuck of the 7-OH, So we see the negative side on our end. So I don't know. I don't know.
You see Kristen's comment.
I'm worried about Louisiana having Mike Johnson as the speaker might be a model, so advocating hard for other states, even with mind band, is so important. I don't know who the hell Mike Johnson is, but your state totally fucked you over, Kristen. That bill that Senator Morris did was extremely fast-tracked, and there's got to be money behind that.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know. You just can't.
Yeah, because even so, adding a kratom advocate up there was a shocker. That's shocking.
I mean, the whole way, I never thought I would ever see the FDA come together, talk about kratom in this kind of light at all in my life. You know what I mean?
I mean, what? I don't know. Like I said, I went to Champs, busted my ass out there in Champs, came back home, Monday, came back home Sunday night. Monday, we found out that the FDA was doing this press conference thing. I haven't had time to breathe, And then, of course, after the whole FDA press conference thing, we've been posting up about it to let people know, and then we got hit with backlash. My block button has been extremely hot. I ain't putting up with your shit no more. You know, you want to come at me, talk shit to me, block. Want to call me names, block. Talk about 708 saved your life, and how dare you talk about Kratom, and not 708's block. Get the fuck out of here.
So Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House.
Oh, in Washington?
Mm-hmm. And so that's what. See, but that's what. Okay, if you want my gut feeling on it all, now I don't know. I'm not saying yeah, it's like I'm not saying that it's going to be all peaches and fucking cherries and shit, but I'm just saying I think in the long run, I really feel like in the long run, it will help other states that have tried to ban it because they're differentiating.
Yeah.
Like hell, fucking Louisiana said there was no such thing as synthetic kratom. She literally called people idiots and morons.
And Morris called us drug addicts.
Yeah. And I mean, I just feel like it will open a lot of, because, politicians, they don't listen to anybody else besides other politicians, So I think in the long run, it might be a good thing, and it might not, it's never going to be 100% a good thing if the government's involved. I'll know that, I'm not saying, oh, we're just going to, but I think there will be a lot of good outcomes from it.
First, like I say this all the time too, the 708 dealers knew. They already freaking knew. They knew by most likely how fast their point of sales, and how fast they were selling their products. So they knew, and I've also commented this too, saying maybe it was an FDA chemist or somebody from Big Pharma that has the Krabby Patty recipe.
Dude, you couldn't even surprise me with nothing these days.
Maybe it was their way,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot about the Facebook. Mike, he says, wait, I thought 7.0 doesn't show well on talk screens like MIT. Like its presence it goes away really fast after taking it. McCurdy did say something that is hard. It is hard to pinpoint it, but now, I mean, and that's in a death. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's the first question I have because I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about how it is
in a live person,
right? So that's I saw that 7.0 metabolizes in the body into MIT. I don't know. Yes, it does. Or no, mitragynine metabolizes in 7.0, and then 7.0 metabolizes into pseudoindoxil or whatever. Kratom alkaloids are already being tested in labs for drug tests. Yeah, it's rare, but some specific ones will search for alkaloids. I know that they do at like some pain clinics, and I know they do at some like probation and stuff like that for Kratom. I just wanted to pop in real quick and voice my concerns. I love y'all. Love you too, Rob. I hope your babies have fun tonight. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Rob.
Yeah. Bye, Rob. Sorry that we had some complications. Yeah, I think
but I mean, I've said this too, like maybe this is the FDA's way of, by scheduling 708, this is their way to finally make a pharmaceutical.
Yeah. Yeah. And
because
I mean,
they can't schedule Kratom.
In the very beginning, I cannot remember who said this, but I think I don't know. I don't remember, but I do remember talking about this and the licenses or whatever that you have to apply for.
Yeah.
And I don't know all those acronyms or whatever, but I know that he was saying that either he wanted to or he looked into it or something like that. But I mean, it's not like something that's not been thought of. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I know you have to wait a little bit of time and stuff, but I could totally see that happening. But they need to deal with the whole how long it lasts and such. But yeah, that's definitely a Dr. McCurdy question of, what it looks like in people that are alive. Misty will reach out to him. Misty will find out.
I'll eventually reach out to him. I want to, I know that he was at Champs and then he went to Washington, D.C. for that press conference. So, I'm not going to.
I say we get a few questions. There is a couple other questions that we were going to ask. We'll have like a little Q&A.
That's if we can get him on.
Yeah. Dude, I can't imagine how busy that guy is. Because he's also on like podcasts and, going around.
That's the other thing we should watch is the Huberman podcast with him.
Oh, yeah. I haven't even watched that.
We just be going random lives, y'all. We don't schedule these. We just pop on, This is like, what, our second live this week?
Yeah. I can't remember. What did we do the other day?
I don't fucking remember. Damn.
Dude, we also need to watch that guy. Oh, that dude, Undercover Goob.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
need to show goblins, too.
I like that dude.
But, yeah, we should call it because my daughters are home.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'm sorry to everybody about the lights, but, yeah. I think we need to watch the Huberman.
I wonder if people were commenting and I couldn't see it because I was just sitting over here by myself. I'm like...
They were because someone's like, it is pros.
Oh, I couldn't see no comments on my screen right here.
It's like all hell broke loose.
But okay, guys, we'll just pop off and do another random live coming here shortly. So
yeah, thank y'all for coming though.
Just be on the bolos, be on the lookouts.
Be on the lookout.